Hey guys, how's it going? This is going to be a little bit different one. Should for brains for one, and you can tell I'm squinting because my eyes aren't working well. I'm going to show you what I got going today though. Okay, picture library on our laptop here. Okay, got some pictures here. Now, these are two-door Ramblers. Bring it up bigger. There we go. Okay. Now if I go to this picture, there should be one more, but I likely passed it. Okay, here's a picture of Anthony's car. And I know he's doing some changes to it. So I'm taking those into account. But this was a station wagon, which is not what the car looks like now because he has taken out the back door. And from having watched his videos, he didn't just weld it up. What he did was he took the side out of a two-door. So that's what the car should look like, is a two-door and a wagon in one. But it should also be the AFX style, altered wheelbase, because he moved the front suspension forward 4.5 inches. He's also got the bird catcher on there, made out of a newspaper box. So why am I showing you this? Because it's a little bit dark, but what I got going here, I get a little more light on it. Carving knives. Okay, I got those. And I got these. This holder is actually for women's makeup. Bought it at a thrift store and it works good to store those knives. This is one made out of denim that my mom made for my dad. These are my dad's knives. Well, they were all my dad's knives. But when you look at them, that was the symbol my dad put on his carvings. So I'll take the cork off. Cork's not there to protect the blade, it's there to protect us. My dad made this blade. My dad made the whole knife. So, see if I can put it back together without... Well, I'm going to do it this way, it'd be safer. Okay. There's one, here's another one. Sometimes you use this styrofoam board to cover them. This is another knife. He made the handle and he made the blade. And the blades are all just slightly different. And what he did on some of these was he actually drew the shape of the blade on the guards. Some of the guards have been replaced since he did that. This one, he didn't make the handle, but he reshaped the blade, and you can see that he drew on there what the blade looks like. This is the, I think this was the first one he made. And you can see it's a nice, real short one. And very, very sharp. Yep. Actually, this might be the first one. Yeah, he wrote on it. He didn't punch his initials into it. But he made the blade. He started off with a basic set of tools and then gradually replaced them with ones that he made. This is one he bought and then changed. This is a it's a store-bought chisel. He kept them very sharp. That's why their blades are all covered. And of course we got just an assortment of files and picks and diamond hone. And a stone for sharpening, and pencils and stuff. This little guard that he made out of a glove, and it's for putting on your thumb or your finger. Doesn't fit very many of mine because my fingers were bigger than my dad's, but it's kind of, it being leather, it protects your finger from when you're cutting really close. Sometimes it gets in the way though. Okay, dollar store multi-tool that I keep in there. So that goes back to where it belongs. 6-inch ruler. That's the first. That's the logo of the company I worked for. And some of these tools are, I can tell you they're old because this is one my dad had since Canada's centennial in 1967. That was the symbol they used. So this thing is 46 years old that he's had that tape measure for. And this is just a little, this was a Samsonite tool kit that my dad had lying around. So the elastics are gone on here, so I can't put all the knives out there. But in the bottom also I have my woodworking kit, my cordless Dremel, my magnifying lenses that will magnify I think 20 times. Little light on them. When you're using them though, you can only use one eye at a time because the focal range is about 1 inch. And then this is a portable kit that my dad had. It just has a universal handle and a few blades and stuff in it. And where is it here? I don't know where I put my little bottle. My little bottle isn't in here. My crazy glue. I put it somewhere else, but I got new tubes of crazy glue. Super glue, crazy glue. Keep stuff like that for when I cut my fingers. It's just easier. Amber freaks out by it. These are this is I think a 3-power set of dollar store glasses I use for carving. Just allows me to get a little bit closer. Except I have to be fairly close for them to work. Focal range is about 8 inches. So, what's all this got to do with anything? Well, I'll show you. I actually had made a tool out of a PVC pipe cutter to help me split golf balls. And I buy these kits for $1.25 at the Dollarama. These little storage things. So here's what I got going. But different golf balls have different interiors, different colors, different textures. Some of them just chunk when you try to cut them. I'm going to get more light on it here. I got the right one. So, what?
Where's your camera light?
I don't have it on here. So, as you can see, this one is this one's got a kind of a rubbery texture inside. So, this one is okay for average carving, but won't hold glue very well. This one is kind of this harder but brittle, so it chunks when you try and cut it, so not good for fine detail. You can see where it's chunked off there. See if I can get a better shot of that. Yeah, you can see where it kind of pieces chip out of it. Not so good. Okay. Now this one here, not exactly easy to get out with my fat fingers. Right. This one's not bad. A little bit grainy, but it's definitely suitable. It'll take glue well. It'll take moderate detail. This one, about the same, but different color. This one is another hard rubber-like one that'll chunk on you. This one is another one that's hard and will chip like the second one I showed you. But there's all different colors as well. And someone else that has carved golf balls actually has a list. So you can determine what golf balls come in what colors and which ones are better and worse. So I tend to use Titleist and Pinnacle, which are ones that my father-in-law found. Now this one's an ideal one. This is will take moderate to fairly good detail. This one is again like that one. So is this. And whenever I cut pieces off, I keep them when I cut big pieces off, because you can always use it to glue together. Since I've stopped doing them just inside the one golf ball, I will add on. It's still all golf ball material, and I'll give you an example of that. Here's one I just barely started, and you can see where there is a couple of seams where I glued some of the blue on there. You can see the lines I was already mapping out, but I had cut it and then I stacked up the pieces, and you can likely tell what it's likely going to be from the shape, from the look from the front. I didn't quite get the seam as tight as I would like, but I got new saw blades to do that. So 13 minutes and I'm into this video and haven't said exactly what I'm doing, but you guys have likely guessed. I'm going to turn one of these into a golf ball carving of one of those. Anthony won it, and I wanted to start it. Actually, I took my suitcase of carving knives all the way. They took a holiday too, because they went all the way to Florida and back, and I never opened the case. Case was only opened once, and that was when the customs agent, the U.S. customs agent, was looking to see what we were bringing into the U.S. He looked in there to see what it was, because it's, you know, briefcase with locks on it. And I had it, because I didn't want it to rattle, I had it in the back, and I had it covered with a towel with a toolbox on top of it. So I guess it caught his attention. Anyway, next video, from this one, related to golf balls, will be me starting to do some of the work. Although I did spare you the boring part of splitting the top half off the balls. So, here you go, Anthony. It's started. And if you don't want to see what it's looking like as I progress, don't watch the videos. But anyone else out there, this is how I do it. Take it easy. Have a good one.